At the age of 4, a single road trip turned into an 8-year-long visit. A road trip across the country and most of the West Coast states. Not knowing exactly where I was going or where I was headed, but knowing that I was with my mother, and I was happy. Arriving in a new country and not speaking the native language was one of my biggest obstacles at age 4. Many things happened while living in Mexico for 8 years. I had to start a new school. I started preschool when I arrived, making new friends and learning a new language. My family also expanded to having 3 younger siblings, Nayeli, Melissa, and Octavio. During the duration of my time in Mexico, I also started to forget where I came from, what my father looked like, and where I was born. It was like I was becoming a whole new person. Eventually, the 8-year-long visit ended abruptly when 2 police officers showed up while I was walking home from school with my 2 younger sisters and my best friend at the time. When the police officers told us to get in the red pickup truck, I told my best friend, "See you later," not knowing that I wouldn't see her for over 2 years. The journey to United States, we started the journey to United States the same day, making multiple stops before arriving to the border to San Diego. Eventually, my mother and I were separated, and I was sent to a children's home for 2 days while my dad arrived in San Diego. When I arrived in the United States and started living with my father after 8 years, it was a big change in my life. Not really knowing who my father was, it was like we had to meet each other all over again. During the first 3 months that I lived in the States with my father, I had no contact with my mother or my siblings, just for the sole fact that they had to have a whole process to go to the United States since they were born in Mexico. I also started counseling. I went to counseling for 2 to 3 years, and I came to a conclusion that everything happens for a reason, and I wouldn't want it any other way. If my mother would have chosen anything else, I wouldn't have the 3 siblings that I do now, and I wouldn't be bilingual and have the opportunities that I do now in life. I also came to a conclusion that every story has 2 sides, and the truth lies somewhere in the middle. And I came to that conclusion while hearing my father's side of the story and my mother's side of the story, and I kind of put the pieces together. This is why I have chosen the 8 years of my life to be the most memorable time.